Adrián, thanks for speaking with us. I think from the players, their takeaway was the game came down to some small details at the back more than structural breakdowns or lack of possession or lack of doing what you had intended, big picture. What did you see play out in terms of this was kind of an odd game to end 3-2, given the lack of chances at both ends?
Yeah, I agree. I think today probably we've done enough, just to get more than a loss, to be honest. But also we need to accept it. We need to respect also what Orlando has done. I think we all know that they are a good team, and it wasn't an easy game today. But in terms of creating chances, I think we had our opportunities, and then those first two goals, especially, I think. We're in key moments, after you score, then at the end of the first half, sorry, we've conceded the first one, and then just at the beginning of the second half. So I think that's important, something that we obviously we want to avoid. But yeah, I think the team can take a lot of positive things from this game. It wasn't an easy one because where we are coming from, obviously they had the same schedule, so it was an equal game against a great opponent, and yeah, as always, I like to take positive things, and learnings from each game.
Yeah. Obviously, because of the number of games, I imagine informed the lineup, the rotation. How do you think some of the players that maybe haven't been playing as much as the season has gone on, how do you think that they fared today?
They've done a great job today, or in our mind, we had to prioritize those rotations, try to protect the players because again, we are coming from, 2 crazy weeks, honestly, with a lot of games. Especially last week, we are gonna play. We've played, sorry, 3 games, I think, in 7, 8 days. So we need to prioritize that, and I think it's important that they can also feel that they can start the game, they can be important, and we need to prioritize sometimes other things than just the result, knowing that now most of the players are gonna go with the national team and a lot of travels out of the country. Most of them they have 2 games, even US they have 3 games, so we don't know what's gonna happen there. So we wanted to be aware today and try to be a little bit more conservative and making those subs. So I think they've done a great job, and that helps them, and also that helps the team to have more depth.
All Buenas tardes, Adrián. Hablando un poco de la sobrecarga de partidos que ha tenido el equipo, ¿qué beneficio tiene ya tener este pequeño descanso debido a la fecha FIFA?
Pues creo que todas necesitamos descanso. La lástima que tenemos muchas jugadoras internacionales y no van a tener el descanso que quizá necesitan, o merecen, porque, bueno, como decía, muchas jugadoras van a tener que viajar fuera del país, con 2 o 3 partidos, y no es fácil, pero bueno, intentaremos también desconectar un poco de lo que es la liga, intentar también pues descansar, las jugadoras que se queden aquí, intentar recuperar y a partir de ahí pues preparar el último partido contra Utah y también seguir mejorando de cara a playoff.
So obviously, secured the second seed, a lot of games in the last week. So there was a lot of changes in the lineup. How does it change the kind of structural tactics and everything with the personnel that are on the field?
It's the same, and we always, according to the profiles that we have, we adjust a little bit how we build up, how we press, and trying to, knowing our players, their strengths. But at the end of the day, we've been working together for a long time, so we all know what we want to do, which spaces we want to occupy or we want to attack. So it's just a matter of details to just maybe put some players together and try to emphasize more a way to progress, maybe sometimes with 2, with 3, sometimes, exploding a little bit more, behind or the width according to who is there. But at the end of the day, the general idea is the same.
Can you speak on just Sophia Campore as a player and how her importance is going to be in the playoffs next season, everything like that?
Well, she's doing a great job. I think it wasn't easy because she was coming from a long season and then the Euros. She couldn't have the rest that probably she needed. So coming here to a new country, adapting to a new environment, a new league, with the intensity that we have in this league is not easy. And I think she's performing really good. Obviously, we feel that she's a little bit tired, because of as what she's been doing in the past, and now is the last stretch for her. But I think it's a player that is gonna help us a lot as a forward, as a nine. Also, she can play as a lead, as a wing, for example, today, but kind of fake wing, just going inside. We can have two strikers with her on Monday. Really hard working player, and also I think she feels really good with the team. So yeah, super happy.
Thank you.
Right behind you.
And, I'm curious, when we talk about securing the number 2 seed and home field and things like that, how much does the current reality align with your ideal vision or how you'd like to head into the playoffs?
What do you mean?
So I'm curious, if you're maybe making a checklist of the things you'd like to see, the things you would hope for
The playoffs.
in the playoffs, how much does the reality align with that vision?
That's a deep question.
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't ready for that. I think we are in a good spot, honestly, because what we are seeing now, I think, again, it's a matter of details, sometimes the games, but I think the team is more than prepared to face any opponent. I haven't had the feeling that we had a bad game, or an opponent that was, much better than us. Obviously, we've been playing a lot of games, but the feelings are having great, honestly. And as we always say, we have a lot of options, a lot of depth. All players are involved, and building that, going to the playoffs, that gives you a lot of options. It doesn't matter who start, or you can attack, defend in a different ways. We can be unpredictable, and according to who we are gonna play against, so we can adjust a little bit. But I think we are in a good way to have a great performance in the playoffs.
All right, we'll go to this side. We'll go to the front.
Buenas tardes, coach. Estas últimas semanas, ¿verdad? Le dije al compañero en inglés, porque se te ha cuestionado mucho sobre la rotación, sobre una posición u otra donde pone una jugadora. ¿Qué tan difícil es poder quizás romper con ese paradigma de que todos los equipos tienen 11 jugadoras estelares? En la Washington Spirit son así. Aquí cada cual puede comenzar, depende de la táctica, como te he dicho anteriormente, esto los convierte en un equipo que no es predecible. O sea, ¿cómo tú puedes cambiar esa cultura para que entiendan tu juego y pues, lo que quieres llevar?
Bueno, al final yo respeto todas las opiniones y lo que estamos intentando construir es eso, es un equipo pues muy dinámico, muy versátil, donde la jugadora también pueda tener más variabilidad. Ya no es solo pensando en el equipo, sino también pensando en la jugadora. Nuestra obligación es ayudarle a la jugadora a desarrollarse. Y el hecho de que tengamos jugadoras, prácticamente toda la plantilla, que puedan ocupar diferentes posiciones, diferentes espacios, le ayuda muchísimo al equipo a nivel colectivo, pero también a nivel individual. A partir de aquí, yo creo que la jugadora y el equipo se están beneficiando de eso. Por bien un poco lo que decías, ¿no? Tenemos muchísimas opciones de atacar y defender de diferente manera. Y a partir de ahí, nosotras lo valoramos como algo muy positivo. Evidentemente, vamos a seguir insistiendo en eso, sabiendo que hay jugadoras que son mejores a lo mejor en determinadas posiciones, pero que en algún momento dado, durante la liga o el playoff, pues también quizás las podemos utilizar en otros.
¿Tú crees que eso quizás sea, cómo llevarlo, cómo ponerlo así? Quizás tú crees que estás poniendo la primera piedrita para lo que será quizás en el futuro el fútbol moderno así, que no existe una posición y que se rotee y se varee, depende del equipo que tenga al frente.
Bueno, no estoy inventando nada yo, esto ya muchos entrenadores y entrenadoras que también lo hacen en diferentes ligas, niveles. Y creo que la tendencia del fútbol pues va ahí, ¿no? Quizá hemos sido educados todas y todos anteriormente, ¿no? A una posición fija, pero ya los últimos años estamos viendo que el fútbol es mucho más dinámico, que no nos podemos cerrar solo, pues eso, a jugar de una determinada manera o con un sistema fijo. El fútbol o un partido de fútbol hay muchísima complejidad e incertidumbre. Y a partir de ahí, pues cuando la pelota se mueve, todo se vuelve difícil y complejo, y las jugadoras al final ocupan diferentes espacios. Entonces yo creo que bueno, ya hemos creado eso desde los últimos 2 años y ahora quizá pues estamos recogiendo esos frutos, pero la idea es seguir construyendo de cara al futuro.
Thank you, Coach. You've already said that the performance you thought was there today. Obviously, the result isn't. Curious with how it's right up against an international break, and then you've got one game in the playoffs. Is this a type of result that you are telling players to put behind them, or because it's ending an unbeaten streak, something to kind of carry with them into like a motivational standpoint?
Honestly, I know that in professional sports, the results are the most important thing. But to be honest, and I say that if you know, when we were winning, when we were tying, and when we lose, also I say the same. So the result is there. Obviously, it's our aim, but we are building something else. I mean, as a coach, you need to also take other things about what you do, how you train, how you perform, how the process is going, the interactions that you are building. Because sometimes in the past, maybe we got a better result, but maybe we didn't play as we wanted. So it's the same. So we are always ambitious in terms of what we want to achieve, what in terms of behaviors. Then the result is a consequence. Sometimes you don't do too much and you get a win and you can get confused. Sometimes maybe you do a lot and you lose. This is part of the game. So I don't think this result is a key factor, to be honest, because again, we've been building a lot of you know situations, and the mindset that we have, we know how to avoid those situations where we are not identifying just with one result. Because if not, I think you can get confused. You can think that you are too good when you win, and now we can think that we are too bad because we lost a game, and that's not true. So the message was clear for me, for the players. I think we've done a good job. Now it's time to rest the ones that we can. Some of them, they don't have rest because they are going to travel and play with the nationals. So try to be as healthy as possible, as healthy as possible. Try to come back, prepare the next one, and then get ready for the playoffs.
For you as a coach, this team is very international, so you have people going all different places, playing all different types of games. How do you go into next weekend? Like, do you watch every game? Are you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and is it nerve-wracking because they're no longer on your team and you're like,
No, I'm super proud of them. I mean, if I'm selfish, I would say like, okay, I don't want them to go with the international team because I want them here. But no, that's not. I mean, I'm so proud. Just seeing now, for example, Keisha going with France, first call up for her. She was yesterday almost like wow, So this is also why we work, and try to help them to develop as a team, individually with the international, team. So seeing that we have a lot of players going with the national teams, I think that means something. It seems like we are doing a good job, and yeah, representing your country, I think, is something that you need to be proud of. So as a coach, I'm super proud of them. So yeah, I will follow them for sure.
Take one more from Jason.
Kind of building on that, I'm wondering, you mentioned Keisha, it adds to the number of international teams you have to have good relationships with. How have you been managing that? It seems like it's rapidly expanded this season with the number of players that have come in. How have you sort of had to manage those relationships as far as, you probably don't want Tara to play 270 minutes for the US, for example.
I cannot control that. The only thing that I can control today is just give her rest, just in case. So that's why she didn't play today, and because she's been playing a lot of minutes. So again, and trying to be, supportive. International players, I think all of them, they want to represent their country. We need to support that, and then obviously trying to have a good communication with the national coaches if we can, or the staff, try to be connected as best as possible to help the players in terms of what they were doing, what are they going to do there once they finish. Obviously we need to get all the information to see how they are in that moment. At the end of the day, we work together to help the players as best as possible, and yeah, things that we cannot control, I don't want to waste too much energy. the only thing that we can do is what we've been doing, you know, making rotations, try to recover as best as possible. They are understanding now that this is really important too, because it's the first year that we are playing two competitions. And I think we've done a great job also managing CONCACAF and the league. And yeah, a big learning for the players, for the staff, and yeah, I'm proud of how we're managing it.
Thanks, Audrey.
Appreciate it.
That's it.